gonna set a timer for 12 minutes. Is it? Yeah, I want to try and get my videos down to under 10 minutes because I always get bored past that point, so you must as well. Yeah, I'll set 12 minutes, but I'll get myself set up. 1 second. It's like every time I sit down to do a video, the whole apartment suddenly seems so empty and quiet. It is deafening, and then I end up talking weird. What's going on? Anyway, I'm gonna do the hijab story tag. Once again, I'm filming this on Tuesday, so I'm just gonna do bash, 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 finish all the questions, get it edited, get it out there, inshallah. I will say, I've got a little family of pigeons outside and they are hooting up a storm, so if you hear them, I do apologise, but our bird nets have fallen down. So I've got my phone here, I'm going to set a 12-minute timer, so hopefully by the time I've edited this it'll be under 10 minutes for you. Nice and quick, bish bash bosh, let's go! Okay, so first question is, how old were you when you started to wear the hijab? I was 17 years old, just into being 17-ish. My birthday's in October and I started wearing it February 2012, so we're going on almost 5 years. Damn! Who or what influenced you to become a hijabi? It wasn't really a who or a what, it was more of a decision I made after reverting, or pretty much at the time of me reverting, and I just thought, you know, there's an old me and there's a new me, which in hindsight probably wasn't the wisest thing to do. But anyway, I just thought, you know what, new identity, new Lydia, new start at life, let's do it. It wasn't really a who or a what or a when, it was just, I am now identifying myself as Muslim, and I feel like this is the step I need to take for me to keep reminding myself, hey, you're Muslim, you're not the person you used to be, start minding the way you act. How has hijab changed your life? I think because like my conversion and me starting to wear hijab happened pretty much simultaneously, so I don't really think hijab has changed my life, but I know that me reverting to Islam changed my life, obviously. But I guess hijab stopped me from doing the things that I knew that I shouldn't have been doing. How do you deal with the rude comments / stares that you get due to being a hijabi? Well, right now I live in Leicester, so it's not a thing. Like here, it's not just as normal to see a girl in a pair of short shorts as it is to see a woman wearing like full burqa, niqab, whatever. So luckily, alhamdulillah, living here, it's not a thing. I mean, people look at me maybe because I'm a bit paler, but apart from that, just ignore it, really. I don't need to defend myself, I'm here living my own life and you are living yours. I didn't ask for your comments, so bye! What is your favourite thing about wearing the hijab? I guess I just kind of feel special, just the same way like sometimes I dabble in niqab, that my husband is the only one that gets, well, my family obviously, I'm saving a certain part of myself just for my husband. That's a beautiful thing, you know? Because nowadays everybody puts everything out there and you see way more than what you want to with some people. So yeah, I guess it's just saving it for my husband. What is your hijab must-have accessory? Well, I'm wearing it right now because it's my must-have, but it's one of the Yaz the Spaz scrunchy things. I'll put in like a little clip of it. And yeah, it's just perfect because for me, whenever I wear the flat hijab, I don't know whether I've got the wrong shaped head, I don't know, but it just slips backwards and forwards. Even if I'm wearing the underscarf, my hijab will be moving about all over the place. But when I've got this, I think because it's got something to sit on, like, I'm not a camel humper, but you know, I've got to have some like volume, and that just kind of gives me a surface to place the hijab, if you know what I'm saying. What advice could you give a new hijabi? See, it's hard for me to advise somebody not to jump into it straight away because that's exactly what I did. But I guess don't think of it as all or nothing. You know, some people are going to argue with me here, but in my view, any level of hijab is better than none. If you are aiming to go for hijab, if you wear turbans, if you want to wear a full scarf, that's up to you. If you are comfortable with what some would see as lesser hijab, so you know, turbans and maybe skinny jeans with a long top over it. Do whatever it is to get you to the point where you're going to be covering properly, because when you think about it, I know we're not all guaranteed to live forever, but as you age, covering just becomes a lot easier, and especially once you get married and you can suddenly share that sort of fashionable side at home, it becomes a lot easier to just not really care to cover outside, because I can just be chilling at home in whatever fashion is relevant at that time, but as soon as I go out I just put on an abaya. Don't think that you have to go full headscarf, abaya, socks, all of that. If you can, that is marvellous, and trust me, if you're doing it with the right confidence and with the right intention, you're gonna love it. For some people out there that want to go into wearing hijab, sometimes they say that they've seen a lot of people who put on hijab and then they don't practice any other part of the religion because they feel like that's enough. And it's true, that does happen, but that should not necessarily stop you from putting on the hijab. It's not like that's a requirement that once you put on the hijab you have to drop everything else. And to be honest, if you are that passionate about developing yourself in all the other aspects of the religion, then putting on the hijab should just be another part of that. Just do whatever feels comfortable for you. As long as you're making an effort, you're good. What is one hijab trend you never understood? I'm seeing it more and more nowadays, but people that wear hijab and then they don't care, like, okay, I know I've got my forearms out, but like they'll wear hijab but then they'll wear like short sleeve t-shirts and have like their chest and their back on show. Like, I don't really get that. Or people that wear hijab and then wear lace tops. And once I saw a girl wearing a hijab and a mini skirt. I just don't get it. What question do you get asked the most due to wearing the hijab? There's all the classic ones like, oh, don't you get hot? And I'm like, yeah, but I'm always hot. So it's just like, why do Muslim women wear it? Or why do Muslim women have to wear it? Sometimes I think with questions that you get asked, you have to respond in a way that people are going to be able to relate to. You don't have to lie and you don't have to hide the truth, but just tell them what is going to be easiest for them to understand and to come to terms with the religion, especially living in the West. Okay, so I just realised I've literally just finished editing the video and I didn't really end it properly. So, hope you enjoyed that, and if you've got any ideas for videos for me to do in the future, leave a little comment, subscribe, because I'm aiming to upload right now every Tuesday. We'll see how it is when I get back to university, and I guess I'll see you next week.